NAFDAC's Act, or the mandate rather, is about regulation and control of manufacturing, importation, exportation, distribution, advertisement, sale, and use of 7 regulated products. And those include drugs and food, chemicals, medical devices, packaged waters, cosmetics, and so on. However, for some time, we did not pay attention to the exportation part of our regulation. But about 4 years or 5 years ago, 4 years plus, we started taking it more seriously. And that is what has brought us to this time. And it's going to be, the briefing is going to be about Nigeria export rejects. Nigeria export rejects, meaning the products that we ship out that are rejected outside the country, and continued efforts of NAFDAC to change the narrative. In particular, NAFDAC met with UK Food Standard Agency about 2 weeks ago. The Director General, Professor Adeyeye, at a scheduled side event, met with the UK Food Standard Agency, FSA, during the recently concluded workshop on Nigeria-UK enhanced trade and investment partnerships. This meeting was held in London by one of my directors, and also virtual with others here. The meeting was hosted under the UK Developing Countries Trading Scheme, with the Nigerian delegation led by Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. The Director General, represented by Dr. Abimbola Adeyeye, who is to my right, Director of Port Inspection Directorate, and the Head of Office of Trade and International Relations, engaged the FSA of Food Standard Agency in London on the unabated incidences of reject of Nigerian food products exported to the UK, on non-notifications on such rejects, and non-engagement of NAFDAC on the matter, and the need for mutual recognition of electronic certification of both government agencies of export certifications, among others. This is another step in addition to other steps already taken by the DG toward changing the status and narrative of Nigerian food products in the international market. The steps already taken by NAFDAC include: 1, bringing into focus the export oversight functions of the agency by the establishment of Office of Trade and International Relations about 2 years ago. 2nd, engagement with other chief executives of trade facilitation related MDAs at roundtable conferences in respect of streamlining Nigerian exports. 3rdly, advocacy visits and engagements with representatives of trading partners in Nigeria, such as European Union delegation to Nigeria, Indonesia, China, Denmark, Hungary, and so on, and development partners such as FAO and GIZ. Another effort is forming part of Nigerian trade delegations to key and strategic trading partners and engaging with the trade department of the Nigerian embassy in UK. The fifth effort is engagement with operators and regulators in the export trade facilitation, such as ANCLA, ANCLA, Shippers Council, Nigeria Customs Service, Nigeria Export Promotion Council, Nigeria Investment Promotion Council, Central Bank of Nigeria, Standards Organization of Nigeria, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. Lastly, strengthening the regulatory framework of NAFDAC in terms of exports. I started with that. The challenge bedeviling the export process of NAFDAC regulated products, especially assuring safety and quality status of food exports in Nigeria, has been traced to the following: non-compliance with advisory guidelines established by NAFDAC to encourage participatory exports. Almost all exported food products are processed without the statutory testing by NAFDAC. Therefore, it is not surprising that all the items exported without NAFDAC quality control and safety tests are rejected. Non-utilization of hitherto free laboratory testing by NAFDAC for export samples, coupled with connivance of unscrupulous agents, is a second reason. Exclusion of NAFDAC's requirements for its regulated products in the mandatory pre-shipment inspection in the National Export Supervision Scheme, NES, as administered by the federal government-appointed pre-shipment inspection agents called PIAs. Next is unwillingness of exporters to comply with minimal sanitary and phytosanitary measures required for exports to countries with stringent market access. Another reason is poor packaging, disregard for importation requirements of trading partner countries. Next is penchant for sourcing from open markets for goods that will be exported without any form of minimal safety or quality specifications. Another is unwillingness to invest in pre-export activities that help to ensure sustainable export. And the last one is disinformation on the roles of NAFDAC in the pre-shipment inspection and verification exercise of container stuffing. To ratify this, and as an outcome of NAFDAC recent meeting with Food Safety Agency of UK, NAFDAC is commencing on 6 regulatory measure approaches to address the situation. These include immediate inclusion and implementation as a matter of urgency of NAFDAC good manufacturing practices, good hygienic practices, and laboratory testings such as mycotoxin testing or level of mycotoxin testing, pesticide residue testing, and heavy metals. And all this needs certification for all our regulated products, be it food, drug, and others by the National Export Supervision Scheme as administered by the PIAs. Inclusion of NAFDAC in the CBN export proceed form processing is another way to ease the pain that merchants are going through because of loss of investment. I'm engaging very soon with the Controller General of Customs as the new administrator of the Nigeria Single Window Trade Portal to facilitate this. I had earlier engaged with CBN, Trade and Exchange Division, and Federal Ministry of Finance, Home Finance, on this same matter. Thirdly, strengthening in-country regulatory infrastructures on exports, and the mechanism that we're going to use include development and introduction of NAFDAC regulations on export 2022. We have that regulation finished and will soon be available for stakeholders to make comments. The regulation will be hosted on NAFDAC website with e-copy sent to exporters, trade associations, and professional bodies for their inputs and comments within the next 60 days. That started from 11th October. It's already there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 11th October 2023. Another means is registration by NAFDAC of all exporters of its regulated products. If an exporter doesn't have our registration number, if we have not inspected, tested, we will not allow that export to go. This is in addition to the general registration by the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC. Another means is NAFDAC's continuation of its awareness and sensitization meetings with export trade operators on its reviewed guidelines on export of NAFDAC regulated products. This is also on NAFDAC website for compliance. We're going to be working closely with NAFDAC sister agencies. We have tried that actually several times, and major trading partners on safety and quality of Nigerian exports, starting with UK and EU. This is part of the efforts to continue the trying, and we believe this time is going to work, because the shame that rejection of our products brings to us is huge as a country. We're going to have evidence-based national monitoring of pesticide residues as part of continuous engagement with UK FSA, Food Safety Agency, and as a roadmap for the lifting of the ban on dry beans by first quarter of 2024, as a roadmap towards lifting of the ban on dry beans by first quarter 2024. We're going to continue to have engagement internally with CBN, Federal Ministry of Finance, Customs, NAQS, and externally with European Union. With European Union, we are already getting some results. The EU has reduced the inspection of melon from 100% to 50%. We're not there yet, but it's better than 100% all the time. In the interim, I implore all Nigerian exporters trading in NAFDAC regulated products to obtain necessary certifications for processing of their products. And the products could be fully processed, semi-processed, food destined for further processing, or bulk food such as cocoa, sesame seed, groundnut, melon, or grains such as beans, rice, tea materials, ogbono, and melon, drugs, cosmetics, chemicals, agrochemicals, beverages, fruit juices, and medical devices. Right now, it is food mostly that we export, but part of what NAFDAC is geared to doing is ensuring that all our regulated products are monitored for standards so that those regulated products can be exported. It will be to the benefit of our country. It will increase our GDP. It will reduce employment. All exporters, it will reduce unemployment. It will increase employment. It will increase employment. It will reduce japa. Yes. All exporters should join hands with NAFDAC and contact the agency for more information on single window trade portal www.trade.gov.ng. They must leave ample time for processing unless their product is already registered for destination country and the facility already has CGMP, Current Good Manufacturing Practice certification, and the client has been a regular exporter with good records with NAFDAC. Otherwise, it's going to take a longer time. They are all also enjoined to contact NAFDAC website to read up and comply to the stated steps on the guidelines. To NAFDAC's credit again, for hundreds of products whose export process passed through NAFDAC, none has suffered rejection to date. Going forward, to stem the worsening situation, no patriot should export any NAFDAC regulated product without it passing through and being certified of its safety and quality status, including full compliance with the destination country government requirements. Because government requirements are different for different countries. This is also very important to avert colossal economic loss resulting from the rejection of non-compliant exports by the trading partners. You may also contact zonal and state offices nationwide, NAFDAC zonal and state offices nationwide, the Export Division at NAFDAC Port Inspection Directorate at NACO near the airport, or Office of Trade and International Relations at this email address otir@nafdac.gov.ng, otir@nafdac.gov.ng, in order to be properly guided. Thank you very much. God bless you. Yeah. The first question was about sanction. We have tariffs for breaking of our regulations or not adhering to our regulations, because most of the violators pass by us. we don't have a good record in terms of what we have sanctioned them, what we have not sanctioned them, because most of them do not come to NAFDAC. What we get is result of non-compliance from EU, from UK. It is NAFDAC they sent those to. That's how we know that our products have been rejected. But another side to your question is our own sensitization has to increase, because where there is no law, there is no sin, so to say. Although people are pretending that there is no sin, they don't know that you cannot lie when it comes to science, because the product will be tested, and if it has mycotoxin, it is burnt. What may happen here may not be what they will meet over there. So concerning sanction will come big time, big time. For our local manufacturers, they know. Why? Because we want them to produce quality medicines or products, and to remember that they were sanctioned before and they will not do it again. It's a deterrent. But to answer your question, we do sanction. It is on our tariff. It is in our tariff, but our own council recommends tariff. And I believe that the next council meeting, this has to come up to review the sanctions that will be given. But we need to educate more of our exporters so that they will not have excuse. Somebody asked about black market rate for registration. Again, on our tariff, we have the fees. We have never deviated from those fees. For registration is in Naira, but for inspection, if you are going overseas, if we are going overseas for inspection, is in dollar. That has not changed. I hope I answered that question. Then the total number of rejection from January till June, my director just gave me the number, is 68. 68 different products. Of different products. This is only for EU. This is the statistics that we have. 68 for different products. Mostly food. Mostly food. Okay. And then a very good question, why is there disparity between the different agencies? Because we don't work together, and we have started the collaboration about 3 years ago. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, bringing different MDAs together to roundtable meetings. But you know, change of mindset takes a while. Unfortunately, some people go into poverty because of that. But this is part of how we will mitigate that slide towards poverty for those who lose a lot of money. But education is extremely important. That when they test over there is science, it is not abracadabra. It is science, and we have to respect science. Whatever science tells us, with testing, that's what we get. First of all, the shame cannot be quantified. First of all, the shame cannot be quantified. And that is part of what is driving me to do what I'm doing, what I'm directing the agency to do. I don't like shame. I like to reduce shame. The way to reduce shame is to make our products respectable. And to make our products respectable, quality must be built into them. In terms of monetary, unfortunately, because almost 100% of the products that are rejected do not go through us. So we don't have data on that. I'm sorry to say. Thank you so much.